Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of 868 Hack. We are... Where's my streak? It doesn't show up on this screen. You have to go to this screen to see it? I don't know why. High scores. Here's streak scores. I mean, it shows you your current streak here. But you'd think this stuff at the bottom, right? They could just put this on every screen. That space is totally vacant on all screens, and it's the only thing I ever want to see. Or the one thing I always want to see, anyway. So let's get going. We should have our first power-up, Cryptog Teleports. Alright, you guys have seen this a bunch of times, I'm sure. Oh my god, it begins already. Ugh. Is there any place I can stand? That is not going to be a nightmare. Ugh. So, it's going to take me, if he doesn't teleport, 3 moves to get into his line of sight so that he's not allowed to teleport. Whether I go east or north. And actually, if I go east, I guess I could manage it if I catch him by then. But realistically, I think he's likely to teleport before we get to either of those places. And so what I want to see is if there's a place I can stand where I'm like relatively safe from nightmarish attacks. And I don't think there is. I'm just gonna go north and like hope for the best. That's what you gotta do with these stupid Cryptogs. Yep, he teleported. Alright. He got me. This is gonna be a rough game, guys. You know, when the first monster in the game nabs you for 1, you're like, you're in for a bad trip. Oh boy. There's nothing on this floor that's really gonna help that much, so I'm gonna take this program. Who knows? Maybe it's something useful. Reduce. Well, okay. 2 glitches. Well, if I keep my distance, I should be able to handle it. Okay. Don't do it. Okay, you didn't do it. I hate these Cryptogs so much when they can teleport. Truly, they are the worst thing. Ugh. Ugh. They are run killers. Honestly, all of the monster upgrades are run killers. Glitch Trap I don't mind so much, but like the upgraded viruses, oh my god, they're the worst. And like the upgraded demons always seem like they ought to be okay, but it costs you so many turns that like everything else gets to swarm you. Oh boy. Do we take another mystery program? Everything else is pretty awkwardly positioned. I could take these 2 points, and I think I will. But I want to pick up the mystery program first in case it helps with defending. These are the two only places to pick it up from, I suppose. Here we get 2 and 3. Here we get 3 and 2. I don't have a strong preference between those, but this is a more defensible position because it's easier to get over into this sector, and then it gives us this column to defend easily. Don't be a Cryptog. Don't you do it. Alright, but we've got him pinned. He can't teleport like that. These Cryptogs are the worst. Polly. Okay. I'll take it. I will take it. It's not the best way to deal with Cryptogs, but it is a way. So, he could have already teleported, right? I think so. I don't mind. I don't need to poly him right now because I don't mind taking 1 damage on my way out. So what I'm gonna do is walk south so that if he these guys, man, they have a great sense of comedic timing. So that if he hasn't teleported, we would get him in our line of sight soon. But okay, that didn't happen. We got hit, but it was fine. I guess we could use some reduces here. Blech. I'm just gonna float the siphons. I don't like any of the stuff on that floor too much. But we really need to start picking up more tools soon. Or we're gonna run into the problem I had a few runs ago of getting to like Sector 4 and having no tools to defend yourself. You don't want to just float siphons forever. On the other hand, like, what is all this crap? I don't know, like, here is really good value, right? 12 resources is great. And then, like, I don't know, I could take this out with a couple of reduces, maybe? Ugh. Doesn't seem too great. And what is, like, here and here? I don't know. Ugh. Fine. No Cryptogs. I will take it. They snuck up on me. They could have, if they had gone in the other order, this guy could have been blocking this guy and then I would take no damage. I don't think there was anything I could have done to arrange for that to happen, but maybe there was. So I can use a row to avoid being hit if I want. But I think since the rest of the stuff on this floor is not that appealing, I probably won't pick anything dangerous up, which means I won't get hit again, which means I'll get the free heal, which means I don't need to spend resources to avoid getting it. So I think I'll just pick up all the goodies lying all over the place. Do I want to siphon right here? This is 10 to the east is also 10. This gets me more credits and less energy. Sure. Let's continue floating siphons. We have like okay defensive tools. They're not great. But with reduce, when we find something actually appealing, we can pick it up pretty much no matter what it is. So like reduce on this floor looks promising, right? Siphons here and here are very good. Maybe here, I don't know. If we can afford to defend them, which means a bunch of reduces. And if we do that, then we can pick up like this as well as sort of a freebie. So that's 3 good siphons, a 4th here, which I guess means we would go here instead of here. So that's a good place to spend all 4 siphons with a few reduces, a lot of reduces. So I want to try to make sure I have that available. We're going to be running low on credits, but we can pick some up while we're doing it. I think it should be okay. Okay, no Cryptogs. Not sure whether to go south or west. I guess it's west, because then I can just use 1 row to get myself out of all the trouble. Yeah. Or I could take 1 damage and not use the row. Is that going to be a good idea? We're not going to be picking up a reset, but our credits are very valuable right now. And this seems like the last thing that's going to do damage to me on this floor, right? Because we're going to be picking everything else up with liberal use. Oh, wait. If we're picking up here, then here is not actually such great value. It's okay value, but it's not amazing. It's a good way to pick up, I guess, 4 points and 4 credits. Ugh. I'm not so keen to pick up just 4 credits with a siphon, and the points, honestly, I could live without. I think I'm gonna pick up a ton of points on this floor. Honestly, enough points that I would feel happy just getting out of the run alive, I think. So I think I'm not going to use my last siphon there. Well, I don't know. I might. But anyway, the point is that we're not going to be fighting any more monsters. I think we can afford to spend 7 reduces, especially if I'm willing to just take a hit here instead of spending a row on it. Another way to think of it is that, like, this row is competing with reduces, and each reduce right now is killing like 6 monsters or something, and this row is just saving us 1 health, so really not that good, right? So I'll just take the damage. The main problem is going to be if any Cryptogs spawn and get to sneak up on us. I'll have to poly them, and I won't be happy about it, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Not too happy about a glitch either. I could poly him, but if he turns into a Cryptog, like, I'm less happy. Actually, if he's a Cryptog, I can just chase him east and get him. The main problem is going to be if this guy turns into Cryptog. If I poly him now, then I'm trying to think if I can delay polying, and I think the answer is no, because if he steps north, well, like, I can delay polying? I guess one thing I could do is poly now, and that kills the demon to my east. And leaves me free to walk west, getting to observe this guy if he turns into a Cryptog. I'm actually in very good position to defend against Cryptogs, because I can just walk back and forth in this area, and they'll never be able to sneak up on me regardless. So I think now I will go ahead and poly. Fine. A virus. This guy is a jerk. I should have thought about reducing him. Polying him. Now he's gonna get me. I'm not gonna spend a debug on this. Am I? Maybe I am. Health is pretty hard to come by these days. I don't have reset, and I'm not getting reset. Yeah, I think I have to. I should have polyed him instead. There's not much I can do, though, about that decision that I made a while ago. Yeah. The poly now, of course, doesn't help. If I debug, I'll be down to 10 credits. Which is only 5 reduces. With 6 reduces, I can, like, oh geez. I'm not gonna have a lot of credits for next floor, am I? I'll have, like, just barely enough for a calm, probably. Yikes. Maybe I need to tone down my ambitions for this floor. But I don't know, like, if I pick up here, and here, and here, like, that's a lot of credits, I think. Maybe here instead. Yeah, here's better than here, because I really, really need the credits, not the energy. But it's going to be dangerous to do all that if I have spent any of these credits that I'm holding. One thing I could do is I could siphon right now, effectively using it as a weight, but I get very poor value. On the other hand, it also has poor value that comes with a health. Health's pretty good right now, and it's 2 credits, which is, like, not great, but not terrible. Oh, geez. Can I really do that? I think I'm actually going to do that. Yeah. I feel bad. I feel real bad about that. But I think it was the right answer. So right now we could do 7 reduces. But we should only need 5 to get started. Oh no, I want to do it from here, not here. So let's just get walking. Alright, that's all this stuff cleared up. And I guess there's the question of, could I defend 3 monsters from right here? And the answer is, like, I'd rather not. So that means I will spend 1 more reduce. And now we have a pretty good toolbox, I think. I had to decide here. I should have said what I was doing. I was thinking about whether to move north or south when this guy spawned in. And for most monster types, it wouldn't make a difference. But for a Cryptog, it might. Because I would be able to walk west, keeping him in my line of sight. And then he would definitely move east. And then I could move east, keeping him still in my line of sight. So I think this was If I'd moved north against Cryptog, there would be no way to keep him in my line of sight. He would spawn and I'd be here, and I'd have to back up, and then he could freely teleport. Whereas with what I actually did, I could move west, forcing him to move east, and then east, forcing him to move south, and then shoot him. Against any other monster type, I don't think it mattered at all. It might have mattered a little against the glitch, but I think it's sort of a toss-up against them, regardless of what I do. Can I just get going? We're gonna leave that guy. See ya. Can't believe it's only Sector 5. What a nightmare. I hate these Cryptods, man. Okay, so there's a reset. That's very promising. There's an undo, which is like, okay, sure, I guess. We can pick them both up with pretty good resource profiles here and here, and relatively low risk. Or we could pick them up together with relatively high risk and poor resource profiles, but saving an entire siphon. I think I would rather do them separately. Do I want to use a calm on this floor? It's a little early. Let's walk north first and see what kinds of enemies we're up against. Okay. Yeah, I think I just want to calm. I don't want any Cryptogs showing up out of nowhere or glitches. I have a pretty good fortress right now. Let's just calm and keep things under control. Obviously, as I have said on previous playthroughs, I don't like to use calm until like Sector 6 or 7, but you don't always get what you want, I suppose. This is gross. What have I done to myself? Where did this guy... He must have gone here, right? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, he went there. This is gross. What have I done to myself? It's not very nice. I have to use a debug now. I'm not sure if I could have prevented it. I wasn't really thinking too hard. I suppose, if I wanted to, I could crash. Is there a compelling reason to do that? No. It's basically spending 2 energy to kill a demon, which is, like, fine. Not amazing, but fine. However, it's destroying my defensive position completely. And I would need to use several more crashes, I think, to get out of things. So we're just going to debug to reclaim our fortress here. I'll go ahead and take the 1 damage here. There's some tiny chance, I think, that if we shoot north, we'll take 2 damage. If the Cryptog is here, we'll shoot north, he'll move in, and then I'll have these guys to cope with, and I'll need to take 1 more damage. However, if he's anywhere else, as he likely is because he's a wacky teleporter, then I'll take just the 1 damage. I can move back and forth as much as I need to in here. I could do something weird like shoot east before shooting north. That would let me know if the Cryptog is around, but it might also give him the opportunity to get closer. I'm not sure. I think it would be fine to do that. And actually, it would encourage him perhaps to move further away. No. I don't know. I think it sort of makes it so that if he's in either of these 2 locations, he gets in, instead of if he's in exactly this location. So I think that makes my position worse. Let's just shoot north. Fine, we got away with it. And the alternative, I think, would not have gotten away with it. So there you go. Okay. Now we can pick up reset and undo. The undo I'm not like super keen on, but it's in like a pretty good resource position, so like why not? The reset I'm very happy to collect. Let's walk west so that we can see the Cryptog, and we'll have enough turns to shoot down the glitch without the Cryptog getting close to us. Now we have the opportunity to pick up that undo or back out. But it's, I mean, it's 8 total resources and an undo, which is pretty good. I don't know, we need credits more than we need undo, I think. There's not a good way to get them on this floor. Now that we have reset, of course, our energy is quite useful. So we no longer have to lean quite so heavily on our credits. We can start like just soaking up damage and healing it if we have to. But that's still pretty expensive, so I'd rather not. I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna float the siphon. If nothing else, because we have reduce and like we can maybe get good use out of the next floor. Boy, I think I was just about whispering there. I'm gonna float the siphon. I think we should be able to get good use out of it this floor with reduce, is roughly what I was saying. I think there were good reasons to stay and good reasons to leave, and I don't necessarily know which one was right. But this is the choice I made, and we're stuck with it. So, what are we up to here? Not a lot of resources. That is what I'm noticing. In particular, not a lot of credits. Like I said, we don't have to lean so heavily on our credits, but we still do have to lean on them because we can't just kill everything with by taking damage, right? I think I'm stepping south here for sure. Okay. Well, if it weren't for teleporting Cryptogs, this would just be a dawdle, wouldn't it? I would just debug the one glitch who can get in, shoot down the one demon who's already in, use Calm, and defend this choke point here. Well, here, really, probably. However, with teleporting Cryptogs, we don't have quite as secure a perimeter as we might like to imagine. We don't have a great way. In fact, I wouldn't even need to debug that glitch, would I? I can just shoot the demon, and the glitch will take long enough to get adjacent that I could just shoot him next. Although, well, that's only 5 moves, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they were just walking, they would just get here, and that would be perfectly fine. However, they can teleport at any moment. So, not quite so clear-cut a plan. Of course, they can't teleport into line of sight, which means there's only 3 bad places they could teleport to, right? However, I think they're going to get there pretty quick. They seem to have a knack for it. I think they are somehow encouraged to teleport near you. I don't totally understand it. And these 3 spaces are the ones nearest to us, of course. So, that said, I think we still do best to just defend as if they can't teleport, and then when they do teleport, we, like, deal with it then. Because I can't really do any better than keeping this entire column and this entire row under guard. When they do teleport in, I don't know, maybe we have to crash them or something. We could poly, but I don't think that's gonna help. It could just turn some of these guys into Cryptogs or some of these guys into glitches. I think the monster distribution we have now is average. We could make it worse or better, and I don't see much value in a poly then. So let's just start shooting. Okay, that's great. Nothing teleported next to us while we were fighting those guys, which means we have a good distance here. Fine. Just in time, we can now shoot this. I forgot to use Calm. I meant to use Calm. Now that I've handled everything pretty well, though, I could consider not using it. Alright, well, let's crash all this, I guess. Hello, guys. Yeah, crash looks good to me. Could use Row instead for 1 fewer energy and not kill the guy north of me. I don't like that very much. I want to keep this guy far away so I have a little more room to pivot if some Cryptogs teleport in. So let's just crash with 5. Great. So the crash cost a little bit less than Calm. Now, of course, the Calm would provide longer lasting benefits, but I hope not to be here long enough to see those benefits come to fruition. Come to fruition, is that the right context to use that in? I'm not quite sure. But I really want some credits there, so I'm taking them. I would like this, but not enough to actually pick it up. Especially on a floor that is not yet Calm. I really just want to get out. And I've got to be extra cautious to keep the monster teleports under, spawns, monster spawns, under control. Because any Cryptogs I really want to be able to keep in my line of sight as soon as possible. A lot of viruses. I could siphon here. It's 9 total resources, which is okay. I could pick up weight. No thanks. Okay, well, they're encouraging me to walk east, I guess. Yeah, we walk north, south, and he doesn't get to teleport. Got him under control. Do I want this square? I think no. I'd rather pick up credits than energy. And it turns out we handled that floor with just crash, not a Calm, so great. And I think we would have needed the crash even if we had used Calm. So we saved a lot by being a little frugal with our resources, waiting for problems to appear. Normally, I'm all in favor of dealing with problems before they occur, with reduce or delay or whatever. But when I don't know the problem is going to happen, there's a good argument for like, hey, let's deal with it when it does arise. If you won't, I guess the point is that with something like delay, you can deal with problems very cheaply before they arrive, and then it's much more expensive to deal with them when they do. Whereas we didn't really have that option. It was expensive to deal with the problems regardless. So the first thing I'm noticing on this floor is credits are everywhere. I'm very pleased by that. Second thing is we can pick up quite a few points, say here. I mean, quite a few. Maybe it's only 2, but hope not. And we could also pick up some great points here. And like some credits here. So that would be using 3 siphons, leaving me with 3 for the next floor. We could consider picking up a delay, but I think with Calm and Crash, and Reduce, we kind of have things under control. So let's go ahead and Calm here. Well, let's walk north first. I can't imagine anything I would see that would convince me not to Calm, but sure. Okay, well, I've seen it. I definitely want to Calm now. Way too many, like, fast-moving, unpredictable threats to want to deal with anything more. However, we can use crashes to deal with them. That's a lot of energy, or I'm sorry, credits to be spending, but the problem is we don't really have any better thing to do, right? I could, like, use a row right now, but I'm not sure how much better that really is than just shooting east. I mean, it takes care of 2 monsters for 4 total resources. Most importantly, for 3 credits. The energy, we sort of have a lot of. We're going to have a lot of credits by the end of this floor, I think. But I also want to spend a lot of credits if I can to pick up some points. Maybe I should be less ambitious. Just like pick up the credits here. I don't know, but like what else am I gonna pick up, right? Like I don't want to float 4 siphons. I don't want to float 3 siphons either. Like I barely want to float 2. Floating 2 would be okay. But then what would I do? Here and here? Here? These are okay spots. But they're not really advancing my cause, whereas I could pick up some credits, and I feel like with Calm, Reset, and Crash, I should be able to defend myself on the final floor, even if I pick up a bunch of points here. I kind of like the idea of using a row here, and then walking east. That gets this Cryptog into my line of sight. The thing I don't like is that you can't see Cryptogs walk out of your line of sight. You can't tell whether they go, say, east or west if you're on the same file as they are. They just sort of disappear. When they walk into your line of sight, you can see where they came from, but you can't see where they're going to. I don't really understand why that is, but anyway. We've sat here and talked for a long time, and we haven't really done anything. welcome to youtube.com/amalloy, which is not the actual URL, but you know that's I guess just sort of what you get coming here, is me sitting here talking to the screen a lot about like decisions that seem relatively straightforward. What are we going to do about the glitches and the Cryptogs? Maybe we poly them. I think I'm going to use the row. So that if we had just this Cryptog to deal with, I would step south, forcing him to move west or east. This is why I was thinking about the fact that you can't tell which way they go, because I would follow him whichever direction he goes, but I don't know which direction that is. Let's just poly now. Whoa! Alright. It's not as pleasing a sight as I had hoped it would be. This is a pretty good crash, though, right? You gotta admit, pretty good crash. I like it. 5. Get wrecked. Okay, so how many credits can we get and still pick stuff up comfortably? We had to spend a few defending all that, and I suddenly don't feel at all comfortable with the idea of picking up a bunch of points here and then somehow surviving the next floor. I talked big before I had spent, the Calm and the Crash and the Poly, but now it's... Oh, and the Row, jeez. There go all the credits, huh? So I think I still want this square. And I could spend... I think I should. I think I'm going to pick up all these points. And then, pick this up as well. Float no siphons for the next floor, but get what we can. Largely because this is such a great square with both points and resources. Let's see how many reduces it takes to reduce all this stuff. I feel like I could defend maybe 2 monsters. 3 is a bit tough. But actually, 3 might be fine. Because I'll get 1 heal on the way out, and I can use a reset or something. So let's grab this stuff now. Still had 3 guards, goodness. I only meant the 3 here. I didn't mean the 3 here. It's a little awkward to deal with 3 twice. Yikes. Alright. I was kind of hoping, I guess, for a smaller number. Well, I guess we go south so that we can shoot the virus. East? Not working. Fine, take advantage. And if I have to, I can reset. I think this should be okay, right? Don't know where he is now. I could poly him and find out, but he might be someplace where I can't really deal with it anyway. And then I would have just wasted the thing and still need to reset. So what I'm going to do instead is walk east. Great. Didn't have to spend any resources. Now, do I need to pick up these credits, or can I afford to float the siphon for the next floor? If I do float the siphon for the next floor, I'll have 3. And I can still get some credits on the next floor, but I think I'll need some credits just to defend myself as I get in. I think I'll just take this. We're already at 39 points, which is respectable for a streak game. Alright. That's a good spot. That's a good spot. Those are 2 very good siphons. I don't need a third. Provided that I can defend all that anyway. Which, you know, time will tell. So I think priority 1, put down a calm. But you know what? Let's move south first, see what we're up against. Great! No Cryptogs at all, and only 1 glitch. Okay, I'm happy with that. I could use a row right now to eliminate the glitch forever. Then I would move like northwest, shoot the demon, and then back off to the east. The glitch, I'm sorry, the viruses might each do me, say, 1 damage, but I think not more than that. Yeah, I think I want to proactively get... Well, wait a minute. I don't need to proactively get rid of the glitch, because he's only going to be a problem if he walks through a wall, and when he does, I can debug him then. So, that means I'm only really saving like the 1 energy if I do that, though. So it's basically 1 energy to do 2 free damage to this demon, which I don't really like. It's okay, but I'd rather be able to shoot him from here than here. So actually stunning him this turn is just bad for me. So I'm going to go ahead and go north instead. Wait, let's use the calm. That's number 6. Yep, number 6. There we go. Alright, here we are. And I still have the option to row if I want. Oh, now I will take it since we're getting the virus as well. Could not have dreamed of such value. Okay, great. So, we only have 2 siphons, which means we can't do something fancy like pick up some credits before we reduce. Only 10 credits means only 5 reduces. And if I pick up these, I won't get any more credits back. Huh. It's going to be a little hard to pick up all the points here, isn't it? Well, first of all, I'm glad I picked up the 7 or whatever it was credits last floor. Because there's no good way to get more than 7 here. It's impossible, in fact. And I don't need the extra siphon for points, I only need it for resources, so we definitely made the decision that worked out well. And I think it was the decision that was most likely to turn out well also, but I'm not sure. So let's see, what could we do? One thing we could do... Can I really, like... So something I could consider is like walking here or something, or here. Siphoning to pick up 2 more reduces, basically. Then we would have 7, and I could defend these 15 points reasonably comfortably. Just 2 monsters, right? Or I could pick up just this 8 After spending 5 reduces, defend myself from 3 monsters. Seems relatively straightforward with some reduces. Resets, I should say. And then I could spend 1 more reduce, defending myself from just 3 monsters here. Oh, yes, 3. Right, I forgot there's this crash, so that's adding 1 more. Or I really can't stand to fight this with fewer than 6 siphons. 5 might be okay. Sorry, 6 might be okay. It's a little bit awkward. I don't know, I think we'll have enough energy to manage some resets. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go for the gold here. Wow. What exactly is the gold in this circumstance? The gold, I guess, is spending 5 reduces and then taking this. But that's fighting 4, 5, 6 monsters at once. After having fought 3 monsters here. Well, I guess if we were going to do that, we would fight up here first, fighting 5 monsters. And then if we managed to take care of it all without spending any credits, we could come down here and still pick up the 12 points with 1 more reduced. So this would be a safer plan, I think. However, do we run the risk of getting just run over? If I siphon that, having spent 5 reduces, that's all my credits gone. And I have 12 energy. That's 3 resets to fight 6 monsters with. And I'll have 2 more credits if I really need them, but I would like to keep them. That's not enough for a crash. It's not enough for a row. It's not enough for a debug. All I would be fighting with is just some resets. That makes me very uncomfortable. Right? Fighting 3 resets to fight 6 monsters. 3 resets is how much health? It's 3 times 2 is 6. It's dangerous. How many points are we talking about here? Sorry this is going so long. This is 27 points. So we would be at 66. 66 if we got it all. That's pretty good. I'm torn. Can I just don't really know whether I can defend that or not. What if I tried to do that without spending a bunch of reduces? It seems like dumb, but maybe it would work. Maybe I could do something else, like with Crash or something, right? Like, yeah, actually that's an interesting idea. What if I were to stand here, pick it all up, don't reduce it at all? 12 monsters appear. Great. So I move north. Oh. Well. I guess I would crash first. And then move north. I'd try to move east. It seems very, very hard to get into this position, even having crashed out all these walls. Without having to crash and destroy these walls too. So that doesn't seem like a plan. That seems like a pipe dream rather than a plan. I guess it's just a question of convincing myself that I can fight off 6 monsters from here while taking only 6 damage and using no tools. Honestly, that seems fine. I think I can do it. Let's go. Right? Because I've got a very defensible position. And I can fight off all the monsters to one side and then get to that side. I'll certainly take some hits, but I don't think I'll take more than 6. And if it looks like things are going that way, I don't know, I'll have a couple of polys or something. I don't know. I'm committing pretty hard to this, actually. But I think we should be okay. And if we don't, I don't know, we'll have a hubris video to show off, I guess. Yeah, there's 6 monsters already. Here we go. Great. So there's only 1 monster to the east of us. Okay. And only 1 glitch, but some Cryptogs. So we walk east. And we get tagged. this is gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine. We can even afford to just let this guy hit us. I don't know why I was so worried. I don't know. I think it could have gone a lot worse. But okay, we reduce here, right? Seems like, well, reduce is killing one monster for 2 credits. Is that better than? Yeah, of course it is. Because I can't do anything with 2 credits otherwise. So here we go. And I could spend 4 resets to deal with this if I had to, but I'm not gonna have to. All right. Okay, that took a lot of convincing. 6 monsters with no offensive tools felt really scary, but it's not actually, I guess. We got 66 points, an excellent score. Should be on our high score list. Our single-run high score list. Yeah, number 5. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the tense doing nothing. Look at that. All our high scores are in the 60s now. I do have a 70 on a different computer. 77. Pretty good. But we'll get there. Anyway, so we did it. 147. Pretty good. I'm just talking a lot. You guys don't even care about this. Let's get on to the next video, shall we? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.